Yo, man, what's going on, y'all boys, man? You already know what time it is, man. It is a wonderful day today. You know what I'm saying? You know, some days be off, some days be, but today seems like a good day, and I hope as well as y'all having an amazing day also. More importantly, man, y'all already know what time it is, man. We back in with another lit reaction. By the title and thumbnail, you already know what to expect, so I don't got to do too much talking. I don't got to do too much explaining. Y'all come on over and follow the kid on Instagram. I'm telling y'all, man, let's get up to 100,000. You haven't already, follow me on the gram, and if you haven't as well, this is more important. Hit that like button. I'm telling y'all, the more likes this video get, the higher that it will rank. Let's break the out. We get to hit 100K yet. I know y'all got it possible, but if we get to 10,000 likes, I know for a fact that we will hit up to 100,000 views, and that's the goal. When we hit there, we go be unstoppable. We go hit the moon. We go hit the top of this matrix, this firmament, man. Let's get it. Let's go.
You are a slave. When you are born, you get a birth certificate. When a ship pulls up to its bay on water, it's called the birth canal. When they pull up, they get a certificate of manifest certifying all the products on the ship that bring into the country. When you are born in water through the birth canal, you get a birth certificate, which is your certificate of manifest. This is because you are a product, and this represents your cooperation. This is why when you die, you're called a corpse. So when you get a letter and your name is in full capital letters, that is not you. That is the cooperation that you represent, and that is tied to you your whole life. When we were born into a copyrighted timeline, which is 2023, created by Pope Gregory in the 1500s, which he copyrighted. Therefore, on paper, we are born into a copyrighted timeline, and he owns our bodies, which is our cooperations. You're a biological battery. This is why you get charged in a court, and when you get charged in a court, you go sit in a cell, a battery cell. This is why cities look like motherboards, because we literally are electricity. We are bought and sold on the New York Stock Exchange, and that's what your birth certificate number is. This is us at the very bottom, the debt slaves. Above us you have the entertainment industries, government, education. All of this is to keep us down here. There's so much more that goes into this, people. Please follow for more.
Oh, I might have to look more into that. I really didn't hear anything about that, but I understand his analogy there. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this down below. Like I said, I'm still learning, and I knew somebody in the comments was like, how you going to ask us what we think? We're coming to you so you can tell us what we need to. I'm like, bro, you're your own person, bro. I'm not finna tell you. Like I tell you all the videos, bro, like, don't believe me. Do the research on your own, bro. Like me telling you nothing and you believing it ain't really, it could be deceiving. You can take things different than what I can take it. If I say I don't know and I'm asking for your opinion, it's because I genuinely value your opinion and y'all expertise, because I'm learning. I don't know everything, but y'all let me know what y'all think down below. For all my trolls out there, bro, I'm not no teacher, bro. I don't teach this. I'm learning. All right, if you want to go teach, you better go look up and read a book. The same thing I'm doing here is looking and listening for somebody who's willing to teach. Like he said, if you want to learn more, then follow. Fam, I'm learning just as much as you learning, man. So y'all need to cut out with all that stuff for real. But it ain't for everybody, man. I just want to say thank you to all the people who genuinely like sat down and describe situations. Like, hey, this is what they meant here. Like even recently, everybody is talking about the Looney Tunes thing. Like Tunes was T-U-N-S instead of T-O-O-N. You know, and I'm like, oh, I appreciate y'all for helping me out. There's somebody else talking about something. Bro, how you can't see it's the changing of Looney Tunes. Like your third eye is not open. What? Fam, me looking visibly some with my two eyes that is showing me. That's like me saying, bro, what color is my phone? Black. Oh, his third eye's not open. Fam, get out of here, bro. What is me visibly looking at some of my two eyes? If anything, my vision sucked. You could have said that, bro. Like, where are your glasses? I wear glasses. This one is 10 out of 20. This one is 20 out of 20. My vision is messed up in one eye. Blame football. But that was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Some dude literally blamed my third eye because I couldn't visibly see something. Like, some bro, is your third eye really open? Fam, if I had 3 of them mugs in my eye, I probably would have seen everything in this world. But fam, I'm looking at something with 2 of my eyes, so get on somewhere. Like, that's what I be talking about, the troll. But the people in the comments who like, no, bro, man, this is what they were saying. Like, I see it. Thank you. I genuinely appreciate it. That is what I mean, man.
Well, it's not your game. Well, it's not your game. You didn't make the rules, so everything comes hard. And as long as you're signed to a contract, you're going to take a minority share of the winning. A select few of us will do well, the majority will not. So as a people, will be considered a minority. But stop. Let's take a moment and look at yourselves. There's nothing minor about you. You are a blessed people. You're the most talented on earth, and you are still grateful. That is why upon winning in their game, you always thank God. Tonight I would like to ask one favor of you. Imagine what we'll all be like in our own game. Peace and love for one another.
Imagine what we all be like in our own game.
Anime is demonic, and if you watch it, you need to give it up right now, man.
Woo! I know a lot of people on ready. I know you ain't ready to have this conversation. You might as well sit down, because I know majority, 90% of my followers, y'all at least watch anime before. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all probably big Naruto fans. Like, y'all had to sit down and watch this, because look, y'all can fight me. You can do whatever you want to do. Avatar: The Last Airbender is my favorite anime. Y'all finna say, it's not an anime. It is not an anime. How could you? I already know they finna say that. I already know they finna go crazy on me. Look, listen. Avatar: The Last Airbender is probably the only thing close I will get to watching an anime. Even though it's not made by the folks, I consider it one. If you want to fight, you want to do that, you want to do, meet me in the chat. Meet me in the comments right now. I'm having my deuces up. You can send yours back, and we gonna see who win. We probably gotta go to round 10 or whatever, but let's watch it. Let's see.
Now, this video is going to offend many, but I don't care, the truth hurts, man. I'm going to start off on Naruto. Listen, I used to love Naruto, man, but forget that, man. Listen, this is demonic, and I'm going to prove to you why. You see, in the world of witchcraft and sorcery and just working with demons, you have to sacrifice people, especially people that are close to you, to... Anime is demonic, and if you watch it, you need to give it up. Anime is demonic, and if you watch it, you need to give it up right now, man. Now, this video is going to offend many, but I don't care, the truth hurts, man. I'm going to start off on Naruto. Listen, I used to love Naruto, man, but forget that, man. Listen, this is demonic, and I'm going to prove to you why. You see, in the world of witchcraft and sorcery and just working with demons, you have to sacrifice people, especially people that are close to you, to get more power. Now, why is it that in order to get a Mangekyo Sharingan, you need to sacrifice someone close to you? Why is it in order to get more power, someone closer to you has to die? Does that not remind you of something? Also, look at when Sasuke got bitten on the neck by Orochimaru. What does this look like? What does this mark look like? 3 6s. Now let me take you to this Bible verse.
Wow, I didn't even peep that. Let me see. Dang, that is definitely 3 6s. Okay.
Mark look like 3 6s. Now let me take you to this Bible verse. The Bible says that the mark of the beast is 666. Just
whoa, wow,
like what's on Sasuke's neck. Listen, you can Bible verse. The Bible says that the mark of the beast is 666. Just like what's on Sasuke's neck. Listen, you can refuse to open up your eyes and try block it out, but you're only harming yourself, man. Now look at all these images of animes and look how demonic all this stuff is. Some of this stuff looks so demonic that the human mind can't make this up. It was inspired by demons. And some of you are going to say, oh, you're reaching your dragon. That's fine, that's cool, man. Listen, anime opens up doors to demonic possession. When you're sitting there and you're taking this stuff into your spirit, man. And when you think about why does every single anime, it always flashes 666. Like every single anime I've watched, I've always seen 666. Always somewhere, maybe, I don't know, on someone's clothing or someone's hat. Or it's just always, they always put, and I know you guys have seen the same thing, but you try making an excuse, oh, that's not 6s. Listen, I'm here to warn you and to help you. There's only 2 sides in this life, Jesus and Satan, light and darkness. There's no religion and all this stuff, that's all rubbish. Listen, there's the truth and there's light. There's light and there's dark. If it's not on the side of Jesus, automatically it's on the side of Satan. I don't care what religion you say you are, Buddhist, Hindu, Islam, it's all on the side of Satan. Listen, I'm here to tell you now, especially if you're a believer, give this stuff up right now, man. It's really demonic. I know it's hard, and for a lot of you, it's idols in your life, man. You've put anime before God. Oh yeah, God, I love you, but I don't want to give up this satanic stuff, man. It's just too interesting. But I'm here to warn you, man. Listen, do the right thing, man, and give that up, man. It's literally of the devil. And if you don't believe in Jesus, I just want to give you a warning, man. But out of love, man. Listen, we are all sinners, man, and we're all destined to hell. Why? Because we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But Jesus Christ, who is God, who had to come in the flesh to be legal on this earth, came to shed his blood on the cross so that we can be forgiven by the Father. Why? Because without blood, there's no forgiveness of sins. So that is why Jesus had to come and die. So please believe on him. He's the only way to heaven.
Man. So let me pull up this verse for y'all right here, because what this man said holds a whole lot of substance, right? A lot of people value what the flesh crave. If somebody told you this, if you stop right now, I will give you $15 million, but you can't never touch no pork, no shrimp, no crab boil, lobsters, no oysters, them type of things. You cannot touch those for the rest of your life for $15 million or $100 million. Would you completely stop it, or would you say, all right, I'm gonna try to stop it? I'm gonna try. Or would you like, man, let me throw all this stuff out, man. We finna get this 100 mil. Hey, you telling your family, like, we finna get this, throw all the pork, throw all the shrimp, throw all the crab legs out the freezer right now. Don't ever touch it. We finna get 100 million. And we ain't never touched the rest of our life, because if we lose it, then we will owe 100 million. Answer that question down below. Then would y'all stop it cold turkey? Okay, y'all probably have y'all answer by now. You can look down in the comments and see people answer. So do you feel like, if you've seen the verse in the Bible that tells you not to eat these things, God said that it is an abomination to eat these things. If you eat those things, then you are wicked. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an abomination. You are going against his commandments. You are going against his word. Would you do it, like, stop it today? Cold turkey, would you stop it today? Or would it take you a process to stop? That's what I want y'all to answer down below right now. I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds to type your answer, all right? We go pause, gonna be a little awkward silence here, so don't leave. Just letting the people type. Y'all can go look in the comments and look at people's answers as well. That goes to show some of y'all that the value, and that's somewhat what he said in here. And that's why I use that example, that I love what he said, is that some people crave what their flesh desires a lot more than keeping the word of God. Because I ain't gonna lie, if I would have never known, I would have been having the same answer as well. I would have said yeah to 100 million cold turkey, and possibly if he wanted me to do it, then I'm going to work my way. We human, bro. I would never sit here and make you feel like that you're not human. I would have had that answer. I would have said, I'm going to work on it. Then that 100 mil, I would have went straight to it because of what my flesh desired. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would have been my answer. That's not my answer anymore, of course, because I'm learning of the word. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning of the Lord. That's somewhat of what he was saying. Like, a lot of people don't pay attention to certain things, or don't want to pay attention to certain things because of what they're used to, what their tradition is, or what they grown up on because it craves it. You get what I'm saying? But y'all let me know y'all honest thoughts and opinions on this down below. I'm sorry to talk y'all ear off, but I just wanted this to also be a learning experience for some people who was new.
I sincerely believe, let me just say this. I sincerely believe that podcasting was the definition of saving you out of your record deal. Meaning, there's people who sign for life. There's people who's dead.
Right. That's
dead right now. They still sign.
Yeah.
Dang,
they royalties don't even go to their children. Their royalties don't go to their wife. They because you know why? You signed your life away for 3 times. That means you got to die 3 times before you get a royalty check.
Yeah.
This is real contracts. I'm not making this up.
He's definitely speaking facts. Like, they definitely have contracts, and I know a few influencers who sign. Like, they got it with YouTube too. It's people who try to get me like that. Mugs want to sit here and 60-50, 0 royalties. Oh, but our content is going to be on for you for the rest of like what? I already know who you dealing with, ma'am. You can get on my DM. You can get on my email. Like, let me block you, because I already know what type of level you on. You on some other stuff. You trying to get me to sell out. And when they know you done signed their life away, they'll give you a lavish life. They'll give you the life you've been wanting, but they're going to make sure that they get, because they're going to want to, the more they get to eat, the more you look like you eating. They're gonna boost into your image. Like, don't think that these influencers just doing everything themselves. No, they have a whole team behind them that's getting paid from the money that they make. So, and it's things that people don't look into. So they be signing their life away and don't care. And most people think, oh, when you sign your life away, you got to go into this black thing and they doing some magic or sort. No, bro. A lot of the times, like, when you sign your life away, it's literally paper. Yes, it's paper. And like he said, it's artists that's passed away right now. For instance, King Von, gone. Bro, his stuff is still in the label industry. I haven't seen the contract, but they're just alleged from what's been going on and what's been leaked. You know, but that is true, man. Like, they try to do that with YouTubers too. I just think these YouTubers is lit for no reason.
I wanted to introduce into the record page 55 from the committee's interview with page 55 from the committee's interview which took place on July 17, 2023. In that, which took place on July 17, 2023. In that, we're to leave this interview and we're to suggest or imply that when you said the laptop was real, that it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden. We're to leave this interview and we're to suggest or imply that when you said the laptop was real, that it meant that the FBI had affirmatively determined in October 2020 that the laptop belonged to Hunter Biden.
Nah, that's creepy.
Would they be representing what you said, correct? Answer by Ms. Demlow. They would be representing what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that. They would be misrepresenting what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that.
Okay, either she wrote it because everything she's reading from is a paper. I don't know if she just memorized everything that was being said or whatever, but if she didn't, she just looked creepy anyway. I just think that she just looked like a clone anyway. Besides, you know what I'm saying? Like, her speaking and remembering it. I mean, maybe she's the one who wrote it and constantly remembered it, so that's why she's speaking out. But she looks creepy.
The biggest bombshells at that 2001 press conference was the testimony of Carol Rosin, an aerospace executive who worked beside Wernher von Braun, the Nazi rocket scientist who came to America after World War II to work for NASA. Carol received his deathbed confession, a testimony so terrifying that we spent the last 20 years trying to warn about it.
Now, here was von Braun sitting at a desk when I first met him, explaining to me that he was told he only had 3 to 6 weeks to live, but that he was going to stay alive long enough to teach me what the real game is that's going on. And it started out when I was in the industry, the Russians were the threat. We had to build space-based weapons against the Russians. And then third world countries called nations of concern at that time. And then the asteroid threat, which I thought was kind of comical that we could just put weapons up there to shoot down or steer an asteroid. And then it leads to the last card.
And then he would repeat to me over and over, and the last card, the last card, the last card would be the extraterrestrial threat.
He explained to me that there was a moment when we were going to be told that the extraterrestrial beings, that their craft were a threat, and they were not.
These craft that have come here are now not UFOs, they're identified flying objects, and we know that they have beings in them. And we have witnesses here who have told you that they can shut down our missile silos. They can stop a rocket going into space that's a test. We have witnesses here who have worked in the classified departments who have the courage to come forward here to support what Wernher von Braun told me back in 1974 to 77.
At the end, I said, and it's all a lie. Well, it's still all a lie. When von Braun talked to me about this faked extraterrestrial, he called it a faked alien invasion that was being planned, I saw on a board a list of countries against whom we were going to build space-based weapons. I called Wesley Clark, and he answered the phone. And I said, well, you know, what is it about? And he said, well, I asked that question. What is it about? And the guy at the desk said, I don't know.
Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the 6th branch of the armed forces. That's a big statement.
Wow.
We are going to have the Air Force and we are going to have the Space Force, separate but equal. It is going to be something so important.
Yeah, I mean, y'all let me know down below what they kind of meant. I'm a little confused on the Space Force and the Air Force type of thing. A lot of my military people can possibly tell me a little bit more about what was going on throughout this video, because I'm a little lost. And I know some of y'all possibly a little lost, but all my military folks down below, let me know something.
Would you like me to show them how the sign of the curse works?
Sign of the
completely
curse?
different.
How does it go?
This is the sign of the horns. A curse sign, the two fingers extended. This way, spread apart for sort of shotgun blast, you know? The other one's the pox sign, that's three fingers extended.
A pox on you?
A pox on you. During the Middle Ages, this was...
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Wow.
That symbol that they're all doing, that symbol, he said, was a curse symbol of devils. That's the way they put curses on people. Right? And you've got people at rock concerts, they're all doing it, thinking it's cool. There they are doing these symbols, you see, and this is another symbol.
Okay. All right. Obviously I did it. I ain't put no hex or no curse or no wizards or Waverly Place on nobody. So I don't know, but I understand what they're trying to say is that this is something that was practiced within satanic things, and it's become practiced so much to a point that it seems normal because the elites and the people who are doing it are making it just seem like it's just a rock on thing, you know?
So if you haven't seen this video, you should go check out Untold History.
Ooh.
Basically, Russia released information on Antarctica. There's water that has been touched for 10 million years, and they have things like this on the inside. Now, there's people who always dissuade you. There's nothing in Antarctica. I've been to Antarctica. There's nothing but ice there. But they don't allow you to go into Antarctica. All your routes are predetermined, number one. Number two, you gotta pay $10,000 to $20,000 for a trip to not even go in Antarctica. Number three, the map of Antarctica that they show even on Google Earth is fake. Number four, you can go look up Caleb.fe when he talk about, you know, the flight patterns. Really, you could look on my profile right now. I have a video that's showing the ice wall at Antarctica, and it looks like there's hieroglyphics on the ice. Like, there's something written on the ice if you look real close on the video. So there's some people who say there's nothing there. They have shit like this under the water. And I've shown you the Urbanano Monte map of 1587, which you can go look up on Yandex, YANDEX.com, was from 1587. They didn't discover Antarctica until 1820. Right? You know, AI generate some photos of things that would look like they would be in Antarctica. It showed a pyramid. I've showed those too, but I've showed actual photos from one of the voyages out there from Admiral Byrd. But, you know, they canceled that whole. They don't want you to see them motherfuckers. I've showed you videos of actual tropical land in Antarctica. Like actual people, not from no movie, not from no game, from a military video, bro. That's on my other profile, WhileIMe_4. Hold on. The thing about this is that this is the original Stargate. You know how you see Stargate SG-1? That's a Stargate right there. And Russia released information on Tartaria, aliens, and all this. Some people think that's controlled opposition and yada yada. They have more truth that they're showing, just like they had that melanated dude in that press conference in Putin's press conference. There was melanated people on the wall. Anyway, Antarctica, at one point, you could go to Google Earth and you would see a statue like this in the mountains. And then when people caught on TikTok, they erased it where you couldn't see. Google Earth is the ops. They're not gonna show you the whole everything. There's islands you ain't gonna never see on there that they use for heinous activities. You know, Squid Games and Hunger Games. They do that in real life.
Black market,
think that's a joke. They be stealing homeless people and everything. But just like the Bermuda Triangle, right? There's stuff like this. Like there was a continent, but
probably the dark web,
between Florida and the UK called MU. Next to Australia, there was a continent called Lemuria. How they just disappeared. They got a bunch of little islands and stuff you ain't gonna never hear about where they do genetic experiments. Y'all remember Jurassic Park? If I told you they have an island similar to that where they experiment with creating things, y'all probably be like, oh, that's false. They show you in these movies all the time. I showed you the video for silent subliminal presentation in your and everything you watch. That's pinned at the top of my profile on this one. You can go check that out. Like, they show you in movies and shit. Antarctica used to be a tropical paradise, number one. Number two, the technology there was weather changing technology. How come all those big people go to Antarctica? You know, like Hitler went to Antarctica 6-7 times. Y'all remember like a year or two ago when all the world leaders went to Antarctica? Bill Gates been to Antarctica. You know those families, they got islands out there like Rothschild Island and, you know, Coronation Island, Deception Island. You know, those are islands out there owned by certain families. So they kind of wouldn't own something that doesn't provide something to them.
Right.
Delta Island, you can go look this up on Google if you want to. They got islands out there. So Antarctica, when people talk about ice walls and stuff like that, we have been trapped. There's other beings on the other side with tropical land. I'll give you
So I wouldn't say, I'm sorry to pause it, but I wouldn't say just look it up on Google, because he kind of just criticized himself right here. And you know, I like to call out certain things. He just said you can't look on Google for images, like, you know, they go, and then he went on and say, shit, just look up on Google, just look up on Google. I say look from a very credible source, you know, which is might come from Google, you know, but what's the credible source that you're, you know, looking it up and reading it up on to where it would make sense. Find you a credible source that was right about a lot of things, because a lot of people will deceive on this internet. I'm not saying that he is, because he's honestly an amazing content creator. We did a lot of reaction videos, but I find it just pretty weird how he told people to not go on Google because of, you know, the how they try to do stuff and then say go to Google, you know, like just let them know, like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like, you know how I told y'all about the whole Earth. I'm like, if you look up an image of Earth right now, you're not gonna find one image that is similar. You're gonna find everything that's created on Photoshop. So yeah, like I said, that was a little weird. Unless he was talking about just you can't look at images on Google, but you can look at like certain words or looking up certain stuff. So that's possibly what he was talking about. But yeah, they just kind of, he got to probably be more clear for people. I know they's probably standing in the comments like, how you gonna tell us this and that? But I understand possibly what he was trying to say. Find a credible source from Google, read it, and you know, and things will start making sense. Like just trying to add 2 and 2 and it's not giving you enough. It's giving you 1 still. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to give you 18.
Be an example, Mount Shasta. That whole place was an ancient civilization. I posted the video of an explorer and his team going there and finding an underground temple with stuff just like this. Everybody from that exploration died suddenly. You know how they do. The Grand Canyon. At certain parts of Grand Canyon you can't go. Stuff like this. Some of those places that are off limits to you in the world. Underground pyramids. I showed you that pyramid that was in Guatemala that had the lightning coming through it. It looked just like a mountain. I told you about organism 46B with Russia. You can go look that up too. They found a 14-foot squid with a neurotoxin. Been digging in Antarctica. Found a continent under the ice of Antarctica for 10 years. Russia released that. Russia is out of the Antarctic Treaty. All the people signed the Antarctic Treaty right after Admiral Byrd's voyage. Admiral Byrd went. He was a Freemason, by the way. The next year, they started NASA. Then the next year after that, the Antarctic Treaty was signed. Y'all think that's a coincidence? If I told you your oil is the water of another civilization, you'd probably say, oh, that's silly. If I told you gas is an abiotic material that never exhausts, and there's plenty of it over there, minerals, resources, jewels, diamonds, gold, silver, all kinds of stuff hidden over there, you know, and the treaty was signed so nobody could own it because they were trying to hide something over there. But why throughout history, some of the most important prominent figures go to Antarctica? It's just a big old thing of ice. Let me ask you a question too. How many of you know there's a big hole in the center of Antarctica? that center goes down to a civilization just like this. How many of you know there's pods of beings sitting under ice just like this? I showed it on an AI video. So the funny thing about AI is that, you know, people, that's fake. AI is giving you snippets of truth too. People just knock it off. Oh, it was just generated. That ain't real. Do you know how sentient AI is? All this technology stuff you've seen is old. They showing you flying cars. I showed you flying cars. I showed you jetpacks.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm not believing no AI. I don't care how soft the music is. I'm not believing no AI, bro. I'm sorry.
I showed you flying cars in the 1900s, hybrid cars, electric cars in the 1800s from Tartaria. So what kind of technology do they have? They about 300, 400, 500 years ahead of you plus in technology, bro. I showed you. I even have the machine that they use to transfer consciousness, and people thought, no, that's not real. The dude is telling you what it do. I show people harmonic resonance, how they can use frequency to change your biological structure and heal your body. There's a patent for ionic sphere, atmospheric, muscle tissue, and healing. I posted so many of these things with proof. Guess what happened? That's why I say, for the people who see it, they see it. For the people who don't, let them rest. Antarctica is the key to civilization. What if that is the key to get to more land that you have been blocked from because they don't want you to know how abundant you are and want to keep you in a mind matrix so you don't realize there's enough space for everybody. There's no overpopulation. It's overpopulated with NPCs. And they're trying to trace your carbon footprint. Your footprint. Soulful being. Because they want robots. But we're not robots. We're souls with infinite experience. And when you realize what's going on, they evaporate. They don't exist as a collective. We can mind wipe them away because it's just light particles, dark matter particles. Collective particles together can reshape reality. That's why they tell you watch what you say to yourself, because thoughts are like particles, energy sent out too. But hey, you believe what you want to believe. I'm just trying to tell you a secret. It's not really a secret because they're telling you what it is. Much love to you. Do your research.
Now, I'm going to be honest, okay? He said a lot of good things, but he said some things that I didn't agree with. Now, if these images right here, let me bring it up, actually.
It's not really a secret because they're telling you what it is. Much love to you. Do your research.
Now, if these images is AI generated, I'm going to be 100, bro, and you telling me to believe that this is what it looks like, I'm not listening to you, bro. Like, that just facts, and I don't think y'all should, too. Just listen to it. Don't just even listen to me. If I'm telling you not to listen to it, don't listen to me. Go with what you truly believe. But me as a human being, as a person, you need to show me actual proof. Like, or at least give me a lot of things that's like, okay, they saying that this, like, if this is not the case, then why X, Y, and Z? Why this? Why that? That's what he was doing until he was telling me what I have to do. Like, I mean, hey, you ain't got to. Shoot, you know, I mean, the people who understand, they go believe it. Like, don't just think that these AI generated pictures that I created was just fake. It holds some type of substance because they been had AI created and it's coming out of something and some stuff that's already no, fam. Like, it's like me telling you to believe that I told ChatGPT, if you hire me for a job and I'm like, okay, I can do this project management. ChatGPT, write me up a good project management email to get me hired at the job and act like I'm interested and I will be the best worker and I will come to work on time, blah, blah, blah. Send this off, knowing dang well I'm not going to be on time and no work. And I tell somebody, they be like, where you got this from? ChatGPT? Yeah, I did. Well, it doesn't, as you know, it's not your real words. Yes, it is. You can either believe it or not believe it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how I'm feeling here. Like, it has to make sense. You have to send me some stuff. Things have to add up for it to make sense. Then I understand and I agree. Like, okay, yeah, he making sense. Now, I ain't gonna cap. He definitely making some type of sense, you know. But like I said, I'm somewhat on the edge. So I'm gonna have to look more into this and look at some more of his other videos that he mentioned in this and just see. Possibly I feel like this because I haven't seen them particular videos that he was mentioning about, but he has some other good videos that actually make a lot of sense. Like I said, these are the people that honestly teach. I'm learning. Okay, so I can't do what he can do, but what I can do is spread and share the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this down below, man. But I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I learned a lot of new things here. I was confused on a lot as well. You know, that's why I be asking y'all for guidance and to let me know something I don't know. And correct me if I'm wrong. More importantly, I'm never not up for constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in this together, man. We both learning something new at the end of the day. And as humans, we always going to have two different perspectives on things. You can think this is my left hand, in reality is my right hand, but you don't know because you're looking at it reverted. Get what I'm saying? You see how I did that there now? But more importantly, man, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button, man. The more thumbs up that this video get, the higher that it will rank. You know, I mean, 10,000 likes, we get 100,000 views, and then we'll hit that algorithm. We will break the matrix. So let's break this matrix, man. Let's get it. Let go.